Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Sharan here. Hopefully you're doing great. A few questions about certain stocks. So what we are going to do is I'm going to talk about all the stocks that have been put up on the chat. All right. The idea is not to tell you my viewpoint straight away. The idea is to tell you how to see a chart. It will explain you a lot of things. My analysis probably should help you a lot. So and if you feel that this video is going to be long enough, so what you can do is based on the questions, say for example you have asked for Tata Power, so I'm going to analyze as per alphabetical order, right? So T will come at the end, so you can go to the last part of the video and try and watch it, so that will be helpful to you. If you are interested, you can watch all the analysis or based on your whatever you have asked for. All right, so let's straight away start. These are all the stocks that we are going to look at today. Pretty long list, but we will do it. Right, so the first one is Amber Enterprises. I guess Amber is into manufacturing of ACs and stuffs like that, and of course a lot of other products. Now straight away let's get into action. Now what is happening straight away? The price has been in a downfall in the last 3-4 months, right? On a weekly basis also, if you see, there is a gap down. There must have been some news, that is why we saw this gap down, and the price is trying to sustain here. All right, so let's go into daily time frame. All right, now should you buy it, should you not buy it? Right, first of all we'll see this is the technical this is the trend line that has been broken. Right, now what it is forming is called as a flag. Right, so this is the pole, this is the setup. Right, so you can figure out that the price might be in this zone for some time. Now once the price hit here, it tried to go up, you had a double top formation. Right, यहाँ पर double top formation हुआ है. That means as there is a lot of sellers sitting at this level. Right, so we can also check this with volume profile to figure out whether we are right or wrong. So we'll just do that, and let's say from here to here. All right, see here, there are a lot of activity happening here. That means there are a lot of sellers, possible sellers also at this level. Right, so we want to ensure, if I want to buy, I want to ensure that the price is above this double top zones. Only then I will go forward to buying it. Right, now what will happen? Is there any chance we can buy? Right now this is something we will look at as a demand zone for as of now. Right, if the price comes into this zone, right, which is between 2100 to 2000, if the price comes here and starts moving up and crosses your previous 2, 3, 4, 6 levels, we'll look forward to buying it. Right, if it does not sustain here and then starts moving, this should not be considered because it is still in a downtrend as of now. If you look at the monthly chart also, here if you see, just let me do this. Yeah, so this, if you see here, yeah, right, this is an inside bar that is being formed here. Right, so as long as the price doesn't go above this level, we will not look forward to buying it. Right, this is a standpoint. If somebody wants for swing trading ke liye, if you see here, one second. Right, on a swing trading basis, right, even on a swing trade basis, if you see, it is forming what is called as a kind of a flag formation, continuous downfall, and then there is a consolidation. Right, so if it crosses this level, we might get to see again. So this zone becomes an important level for us. If it does not sustain this, we will not be looking forward to adding this. For a long term perspective also, we want the prices to cross about 2572 levels, then probably start looking to add our positions. All right, this is about Amber Enterprise. Now we go to the next one. All right, this is Birla Software. Now if you see here, Birla Software में क्या हो रहा है कि यहाँ पर ये जो major support था, which is around 400 levels, right? If you see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so many times the price was taking a support at 400 levels. Now once this was broken, we are able to see that the price is moving in what is called as a lower top, lower bottom formation. Now if you see here, this one, right? It is forming into a lower top, lower bottom formation, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like this, right? So as long as it does not cross your previous highs and starts making a higher top, higher bottom, we will not consider to buy this stock, Birla Software. Now, even what are important levels? Now, these are my important levels. Between 276 and 224 is an important level. If it goes here, takes a resistance, we might get to see this 281 levels in the coming days, right? Because the channel forms like that only, right? If it does not, right, and starts taking support here, this level above 353 is what we will look forward to buying it. As of now, the stock is in a downtrend, not a buying opportunity. Now we'll also look at 200-day moving average. Look at 200-day moving average ke niche hai price, right? Ideally is not a strong stock as of now, right? So there are two opportunities. Wait for the prices to come at this zone and see how it reacts. Two is wait for the channel to break out, and then we'll look forward. For a long-term perspective, if somebody wants to buy at a long-term, ensure that it crosses above 363 and then add a little more if the price sustains above 400 levels, right? This is how we will look forward to playing in Birla Software. If it does not do anything, if it is in this zone, we will not take any action, right, when it comes to Birla Software. Now you need to also understand, when market in the last so many days was doing great, right, it has been, this particular stock has been continuously in a downtrend. So that means the action is not there, right? A lot of people are not putting their action. We will see in the last from April to yeah, this is where most of the action is happening. So we want some prices to cross above 352. As I said, 352 is an important level for us to take an action in Birla Software, right? What else do we need to see? Is there any other price action I can see other than that? No, sir. As of now, this is what I can see. Some people may call this as a descending triangle, which I don't mind, right? As long as the price, takes a support here and crosses above again 352 level, which is an important. If it breaks this 314 level, we might get to see a little more downside till this level, right? This is about Birla Software. Now we move to the next one. Alright, this is Canara Bank. A lot of people have asked for Canara Bank. Now Canara Bank on a monthly time frame is moving in what is called as a channel form, right? If you see here, this is the channel that is being formed here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right now it is in middle of a particular channel. So it is between a support and resistance as of now. And here, if it is consolidating. So if we find that the price can move above this, we might get to see our till this particular channel line, which is around 331 levels. Now we'll not go there. We'll straight away, 1 second, hold this till now, 1 second. Alright, so this is the channel formation in Canara Bank. Now we'll have a look at what is happening in daily time frame to weekly time frame, right? So here, this particular zone, 300 levels, was an important level because look at this, it formed a double top. When it broke it, it took a couple of times of resistance at 290 levels, right? So there will be a lot of action happening around this level. So tomorrow when prices will come to this level, there is a chance that prices will react, right? Even if it breaks that level, then you will have this particular level where the resistance of trend line might come into action. But if it is able to break both these two things, we might get to see a good momentum coming in Canara Bank in the coming days. Now apart from that, what else can we see? We can see a few more things. I will mention it, right? It is forming when the prices went upside, right, on a weekly basis. It formed a kind of a head and shoulder. If you see here, small head and shoulder, it broke here, but immediately it went back. That means there is a lot of buying activity rather than selling activity. A lot of buyers came into this market at this level. So for us tomorrow, if I want to go for a long journey, these levels around 200 levels will be very, very important for me, because a lot of buying happened here. We'll also check with our price action volume key basis. Now look at this, right? Even if I look from this particular volume profile, it tells us that this is the place where most of the buyers came into existence. So this level will act as a support for us, 200 levels. If it breaks 250 levels in the coming days, we might get to see first 290. If it sustains above this, maybe around 330 is what we can expect. Now we'll also go into daily time frame and see if there is anything, right? We'll remove all this. We have already talked about it, right? On a daily time frame, if you see, this is what we can mark, a kind of a consolidation here. Now here the price has started moving in what is called as after a double bottom, right? So there is higher top, higher bottom, slow in momentum. So this level is near, for a short term, people who are interested for short term ke liye, 221 should act as a major support for you. So next time when it comes to close by and takes a good support, we would like to add this, or wait for the prices to consolidate here and break this level to get our higher top levels, right? So this is what we will be doing. We will wait for the prices to retrace a little bit and then take a trade and keep our stop loss below this. If it does not come all the way, and if it starts retracing, moving here itself, consolidating, so about 248 levels is what we will look forward to buying it for the first target of 278 to 280 levels, right? This is about Canara Bank. Now we'll go into, now if you want to look for intraday trading or say swing trading, it is different. This is only basically positional to long term we are looking at, right? There are different means when we look at even more shorter term frame. All right. So the next one we'll go is Delta Corp. Delta Corp was moving in this particular time zone, right? It tried to break. यहाँ पर fake breakout मिला अपने को, right? If you see here, this is the breakout it gave, and then immediately did not sustain above that. That means यहाँ पर काफी sellers came into market, right? From there onwards, the price has come here and is moving, has created what is called as a flag, right? ये देखो यहाँ पर, sorry, it has formed as something called as an ascending triangle, slow and steadily, right? And then it has started moving up, right? So now if you see here the Delta Corp, what is happening? The price is moving in higher top, higher bottom formation, right? So our 192 will become our very important level for us. If the price sustains here and starts moving this, we will look forward to 241 levels for our first target. If the price does not, and if it starts moving here, this becomes our consolidation zone, right? So entry about 215 levels either, or wait for the prices to come near 196, 197 levels to look forward to buying it. So these will be our thing. As of now, it is in a downtrend, right? If you see here, right from April 2022, we are seeing that there is a downtrend. Right now, it is slightly moved up, but we want some more confirmations to take it strong. Now we'll also have to keep in mind that whenever the price comes around 240 levels, there will be a lot of resistance, because the previous support will convert into previous new resistance, right? So anywhere between 200 to 240 is what we will look forward in this particular stock, right? Is there anything else I can see? Moving averages, right? So moving averages also, if you see, it is still below 200-day moving averages, so which might act as a resistance in the coming days. Once it breaks 200 moving average, we can look forward to buying it again. As of now, this one. There is one more thing that is happening right here. If you see, this is the trend line that is being formed, right? So you'll also have to keep in mind a little bit of this particular thing, a rising wedge you can call it. So if the price does not sustain above this, right, here if it starts moving, so this is a shorting stop loss for us. Exactly at 200 levels will be a stop loss, and here if it sustains and starts moving up, this should be. So both the things are confluencing, the pattern plus your moving averages are confluencing, plus higher top, higher bottom. So if it goes above this, then we should get our good targets in the coming days. This is about Delta Corp. We'll just have a look at monthly and weekly charts, what is happening right now. This is a very volatile stock, not like something like a Hindustan or something where the trend is for sure. Here, if you see it, it is kind of very volatile, right? So this is a high risk, high reward kind of a stock that we will talking about, right? Next we go into Dr. Reddy's. Dr. Reddy's MIM, if you see here, it is forming, this is our trend line breakout, यहाँ पे चाहिए हमें, right? This is what is happening right now. So it is forming what is called as a descending triangle on a longer perspective. The price went up, came down, right? यहाँ पर kind of a triangle बन रहा है. So if at all we want to buy it, we will have to wait for this particular levels to move. I'll tell you. Now look at this. This is where the price is. So for short term people, if the price can sustain above 4637 or 4635, we will look forward to buying it. As long as that doesn't happen, we will not enter into this stock. Right? Even shorter period. Yeah, if you see here, this is the level exactly for us. There is a confluence of trend line plus a moving average also will be above it, plus this previous resistance also will be taken out. So these will be our entry points with the targets of 1 and 2. These can be possible. Now if suppose the price does not cross above 4624, right, and sustains above this, we can look forward to what happens at 3800 levels, because this is a strong support level for Dr. Reddy's as of now. If it does not sustain, please avoid this stock. If it sustains and gives us a strong buying signal, we can look forward to adding it for the first targets of trend line and moving average. And if it from here itself, if it breaks, we want the prices to cross 4624, above which we will buy the stock. This is Dr. Reddy's. Now we'll move into the next one. GAEL. Again, GAEL, the price on a daily time frame, if you see, is forming this particular trend line. There is a support likely to come here. We will mark the support levels, right? This is our support level. So tomorrow if the price, now 1 second, sorry, here also is an important level, right? Now this is an important level for us. If the price can sustain and goes above 306, we will look forward to buying it. Our second entry, or we will look forward to buying this stock when it comes at this particular zone of 244. If it does sustains here, we will look forward to buy it. If it doesn't sustain, we will not do anything. If the price sustains, it starts moving in this zone, we will enter only above 300 levels, right? We will not enter straight away. For a very short term perspective, if you want, anybody wants to do a very short term ke liye only, can look forward, provided the stop loss is 266 and you will buy about 274 levels, right? So there is a kind of a hammer formation here, right? This is a very short term perspective. Okay, so there is a hammer formation. We will enter above the hammer with a stop loss below the hammer. So this can be our first target of 284 followed by 292. This is in regard to very short term positions, right? Otherwise we will, as a long term killer, if I want to add, I will wait for this trend line to break and then we will look forward to buying it, right? So this is for short term and long term perspective. If it starts moving here suddenly, doesn't wait here, if it starts moving, this is the zone, 240 levels is the zone we'll be interested to look at, right? This is regarding GAEL, Gujarat Ambuja Expressway. All right, now next we'll go into, all right, so we are looking at the next stock, which is basically GRM Overseas. I have no idea about this, let's be honest about it. Basically I would not want to, based on the chart, I would not want to be a part of this stock, primarily because if you see here 2019, 2018, 17, from there it has fallen to almost like 60%, right? You might get to see another fall like that, which I don't know. Secondly, there are a lot of circuits which are here. Whenever there is a circuit, basically it is an operator driven or very few volumes that are being controlled by the market. I would like to avoid that. Third, again, the price is consolidating when most of the stocks have done great, you know, in between this zone, it has been in a sideways. So this is purely a something that I would want to avoid. But having said that, if anybody still wants to look at it, as long as the price doesn't cross this zone, there is no volume and everything doesn't work here. So we'll remove all these things, right? So the moving average is at 409. As long as the price doesn't move above this level and closes above this, we will not look forward to buying it. If it does at 381 levels, right, at 380 levels, we'll keep our stop losses based on which we will take a trade. So there is a kind of ascending triangle formation within the range. That's why we will enter only when the price crosses and then starts moving upside, so above this level. So if it has to go up, come down and then start retracing, which we will enter. Otherwise this is a stock I would purely avoid. But having said that, it's your choice, right? There is nothing much in this stock we can discuss about, right? Anyway, that's part. Next we go into Icicibank. Icicibank is at a very crucial level. If you see here, it came down, kind of, it is above your moving averages, closed this. So here we are seeing an interesting level that is happening. One is this particular level 890 and the other one is this level 843. As long as the price, right, is sustaining between 848 and 890, we can take small trades, right? If the prices kind of starts comes here and takes a support and starts moving, we can look forward to entering first of all. Secondly, if the price is also forming what is called as an inside candle, so if the price breaks this 890 levels, which we should definitely enter, because it forms all-time high, which is a great way to enter any good stock, right? So this is one thing, and we will keep our stop loss below this inside candle, red candle, right? So this will be our entry strategy for ICICI which is this is one of very interesting levels at which the price is. We'll also look into weekly charts and monthly charts. Monthly chart suggests that there is an inside candle at the all-time high. Okay, so please remember there is an inside candle formation at all-time high. So it will definitely try to consolidate before it gives us a great move again, right? If it even comes down, this is the level which we will look forward to adding more stocks. But if it starts breaking this particular 805, then we will avoid it. Right, this is a stock that we will be looking forward to adding in the coming days. ICICI Bank, I am very much interested. 1440, we'll just have a look at it. 60 minutes. 1 second. Yeah, so it is forming a lot of resistance at 890, which is very good for us because we don't want one shot momentum. So once it breaks this level, right, we might get to see a good momentum even in the bank nifty as well, right? Because bank nifty is one of the major stocks in bank nifty, ICICI Bank, right? So even if it comes down here 846 levels, I would be interested to see how it reacts here. If it gives a good candle, I will buy above that particular candle to enter in the stock, right? Only if there is some very bad news, bank nifty starts falling down, that is when you can get hurt from this. Otherwise the stocks as of now seems to be good to me, basically on what is there on the chart as per now, right? Now a lot of people might say, sir, this is going to be a kind of a double top. Ho sakta hai, I'm not saying no, but doesn't mean ki as long as the neckline is broken, it will not be considered as double top. It has to break the neckline, only then we will consider it as double top. Otherwise it can happen here, which is an accumulation stage. We'll also look at volume profile just to have a glimpse of it from year to year. If I see, from here to here, if I see the last, this is the zone where most of the activity is happening. These are the sellers who are sitting here. If the sellers are taken out drastically, we might get to see a good momentum in the coming days. ICICI Bank, that is. Okay, let's go into the next chart, which is IEX is a very important, lots and lots have been spoken about this stock. We'll see weekly chart, right? First of all, right now it is not in a good trend. This might be because of your split and other things, but anyway, even if I have to consider from here, this particular 2021 December, it is forming what is called as a slightly slower downside, right? Here there is some kind of momentum support that is coming in, which is at this level, which is at 152 levels. Now for us, shooting star has been created, so this becomes a seller zone. So we will enter, okay, based for a long term perspective, we will enter only after crossing this 174 levels. The price has to sustain above 174 levels. At the same time, it will be confluenced with the trend line as well, so that should give us a momentum in the coming days. Otherwise, if it starts breaking your 150 levels, we should kind of avoid it for now. All right, so we will also have a look at 24 days. Okay, right? 1 day time frame also, if you see, this is the fall, that descending triangle banaya, niche gira, yahan pe formation, it is forming a double bottom, but we want the prices to sustain above 175 levels, then we will enter into this stock. If it falls below 150, we will not do anything, right? Is moving average also is very far away. Volume profile also suggests 175 levels is an important level. So as long as that doesn't happen, we will not enter this particular stock. Yeah, I know this is in talks, lot of people are telling to buy and everything. I'm not saying we should not, but as of now, it is not giving us a suggestion. There is kind of accumulation. We will enter once the accumulation stage is broken. This happens to be 175 levels, right? Only above this level, if it sustains, we will go forward to adding the stock in our portfolio. All right. Now, next we go into what is Jubilant Integrivia. in gravia, sorry, right? Again, something that I would avoid personally, right? Good momentum, all of a sudden there was a good momentum, trend line break. Right now the price is moving in what is called as a here, right, a kind of a triangle formation. Here there is a double top also, if you see here. So entry above this only, right? Again, this will be your resistance, previous resistance. So as long as the price doesn't move, right, above 555, we will not look forward to entering this particular stock. If you want to go for a short term perspective, we will wait to see what happens if the price comes here. Now, first of all, if it breaks this level, then we might get to see a good downfall also, which is around 129, 28%, which is here from short term perspective. Almost this level, yeah, almost this level we should get, right? So as of now, I would avoid it because it is forming a triangle formation, which is not in our favor. If I put it in even in weekly charts, look at this, right? One second, look at this, right? This is a level that we should be interested. So if it comes at 404 and does not sustain, we might get to see downside. But otherwise, if there is some support at this level, we'll look forward to buying it for a short term period, right? For a long term ke liye, we will not enter the stock as long as it does not break 540 levels on an overall basis, right? Which happens to be this trend line, right? This is on a longer term. On a shorter term ke liye, again, this itself is an important level. So right now it is also forming what is like a descending triangle on a very, very short term period. If you see here, this is a very, very short term period. Now kind of a descending triangle. If it breaks here, we should get to see something like this, right? Yeah, on a short term basis. If it sustains above this level, we will look forward for our 200-day moving average as our target points, right? This is about Jubilant in gravia. All right, next we go into lauruslab. All right, lauruslab monthly. All right, again we are here forming a channel right now on a long term perspective. So this becomes an important level. So only enter above 600 levels, right? 613 levels. If the price does not sustain here and starts moving down, we will see how it reacts at this level, which happens to be its support levels, right? Between these two levels, we will not be interested in any kind of trade. So either above 615, or we will see how it reacts at this level and take forward. It is in between a particular resistance and support, which we do not want to do because there will be a lot of activity happening. Right now, this also happens to be, this level also happens to be a very important level, because this 600 levels happens to be important because look at this. There was a head and shoulder formation. It broke, came to this zone, again it came down, right? So it has come down, again it is showing some kind of weakness. So if this time, if it sustains above this, then obviously we will see a good momentum, which is at least all-time high. We should look forward to getting it in a midterm. Now, on a daily basis also, if you see, very short term period के लिए अगर देखना है, तो this is forming what is like a small trend line basis here, right? So this is something we will enter only above this level 600 again, right? So these are my thing about lauruslab, right? Next we go into Nuvoco. Right, Nuvoco on a daily time frame, if you see, has formed something like a head and shoulder. It is trying to move up. This will be our first set of resistance at 407 levels, right? If it comes below this level, then again we might get to see a small momentum upside. But if it comes into this zone, which is between 315 to 400, we will not take any trade, as it might test 267 levels in the coming days, right? This is on a daily basis. Now, is there any other thing right now? If you see, it is not in a, if it formed a descending triangle, broke down, again formed a descending triangle, again broke down. Here it is showing some sort of signal. I am not saying it is not good. As of now, there is some sort of a momentum being seen here. Let's be honest about it. Let's also look at volume profile. The volume profile suggests this level, which happens to be important. Neckline of this particular head and shoulder should be important. If the price comes and closes below 322, right, we will not look forward to buying it. Again, if it comes here and starts moving, giving us a kind of a hammer or anything, we will look forward to buying. On a daily basis, on a swing trade, please do not take, because there is a formation of a kind of a bearish engulfing here, right? So there is chance that the price will come down and then starts moving up. So this entry will be only when it crosses above 380 levels for a first target of 395 and 400 levels, right? This is about Nuvoco. And if it starts moving below this, we will wait and avoid to buy the stock, because this is anyway in a downtrending stock. All right. Now next, Reliance. Okay, Reliance had already marked, I guess. It is forming what is called as a diamond shaped kind of a momentum, right? So if you see, this is what it is. So you might get to see this levels being tested, right? 1 second. These levels being tested, which is around 2,500 levels, right? Before it starts moving up. How will you enter? You will enter only about this level of 2673 levels, right? We will enter only about 2673, or even if you forget about this level, right? If you see here, one more thing is happening. We will also mark that, right, which is a trend line, which also happens to be the 200-day moving averages. So here, if we get any good chance to enter, right, for a short term basis, any chance between here, this level, we will look forward to enter with the first target of this level, right, which is at 2465 to 2692 levels तक हम देखेंगे. अगर यहाँ से ही मूव होता है, then wait for the prices to break above 2671 to or 2700, then we'll look forward to entering. First level of our target will be these levels, because this is again becomes a high, all-time high levels, right? This is an all-time high level. If it comes here, it will not immediately go up. It will act a few days for this, and then if it for a long-term perspective, if somebody wants to hold for a very long-term perspective, you can enter about 2862, which is all-time high for higher levels of level. So if this is forming an ascending triangle, say about 2462 is 10% to 15%. So above this will be a 15% move that we should get above all-time high. This is for Reliance. Now, is there anything else I can get to see? 1 second, I'll remove everything. Monthly. No, currently it is consolidating. As I said, it is consolidating between a diamond shape, or you can just call it as consolidation between these two levels. So entry above this level, or if it comes to this level, in between nothing. All right. Okay. Next we go into Tata Chemicals. All right. Tata Chemicals right now is in a upward momentum at all-time high levels, approximately at all-time high levels. It got rejected at all-time high levels and has come down. Again, is showing an importance to go above it. Okay, 1 second, we'll mark it. We'll just remove everything. 1 second, we'll do it. Tata Power all-time high here, control hedge. There is this particular level. यहाँ पर significance of importance मिला है stock को, and here. Right, these are the levels on a weekly basis. Now we'll go into 24 hours. All right, so currently if you see the price, यहाँ पर gap up हुआ, price came down. Even if it comes down, we might get to see this gap being closed and going up, which is around this level, right, which is around this level. If it does not, right, if it does not close the gap and takes a support at the same level of 1026, then we will look forward to entering till first of one all-time high levels. Now, agar price it does not go anywhere and start sustaining between this level itself, here itself, around this level itself, then we will enter once the prices breaks all-time high level with our stop loss below 1061 levels. Now, one second, we will enter above. We'll enter above this level of, yeah, this level 1184 के ऊपर ही हम एंट्री करेंगे, क्योंकि यहाँ पर शूटिंग स्टार बना हुआ है. सो वी वांट टू सी दैट पीपल whoever is interested to buy has to buy above this shooting star, right? So once it closes above this with a stop loss of 1112, we can look forward to entering it. If the price comes here and closes this gap, we can look forward to entering it again. These will be our strategies. If it is reacting here anywhere, no trade at all. We will not do any trade as of now, right? For this is for Tata Chemicals, currently at a good position, holding about 200-day moving average and all-time high. This sounds to be a good stock for me in the coming days, right? Now we'll go into the next part. Next one is Tata Consumer. Tata Consumer happened to be my favorite stocks again. Right now, if you see, it is in a consolidating stage right now from last so many months, right? Here, if you see, this is the consolidation level. So you had a upside momentum and then it is consolidating, right? So currently all-time high again 882. So you might get to see a little bit of action here. Prices will remain here for some time. You might get to see here, and then once it breaks your all-time high, we can look forward to entering it again. If the price comes down, we can look forward to entering at 200-day moving average, which also happens to be a demand zone for this particular stock, right? So this zone is an important demand zone for Tata Consumer, which happens to be around 670 levels to 700 levels. 50 points ka difference hai, correct? So if it comes here, this is where we will look forward to entering. If it does not, and if it sustains at this level, we will enter above all-time high, right? If it starts moving down, then nothing we can do about it, right? This also can be kept in your consideration. This is a good stock to trade because it's at all-time high, which might see whenever, or you need to understand, whenever the price has to cross all-time high, it will not straight away go into it. For example, here also, if you see, this was your all-time high, right? It comes here, comes down, thoda bahut action karega, fir jayega, then it starts moving up. Here also will happen the same thing, right? This was all-time high, it will act 2-3 times, and then 4th time it will immediately jump out. So first time kal agar price upar move hota hai, let's assume straight away it moves, so you will not take a trade because we want it to come down, take a support, and then go into it, right? This is for Tata Consumer. Is there anything else I can see in terms of monthly charts, weekly charts? Nothing. As of now, the same thing as I told you. This is a kind of a consolidation. यहाँ पर kind of momentum started, upside, higher top, higher bottom formation हो रहा है, but we will wait for all-time high to be taken out to enter into it, right? So our zones will be around these levels, 700 to 600 levels, right? Now we'll also look at Tata Lxc. Tata Lxc on a weekly chart has been on a steroids, if you ask me. Right, it is right now in a very good steroid zone, moving into higher top, higher bottom. This is a proper higher top, higher bottom formation. It has come down. This zone will be important. If it starts moving down, we'll look forward to entering at these levels, right? Because it is forming a higher top. We don't want to actually see that it goes below this. If it starts moving before this only, we will like to enter with our first target at all-time high. Now, since this had, look at this, this had all-time high break kiya, right? So it is going to act. It's not going to be in a zone where this is because a lot of buyers who have bought it we don't know where to sell. So they start selling randomly anywhere they want to. Here also, if you see all-time high hua, ekdam se niche aaya, then started moving. Same thing can happen here. The price will come down, right? Whenever it moves above your all-time high, it will come down, it will act, and then starts jumping out. Right? So this is something that we can keep. This also has something like this. Trend line support भी मिल रहा है, यहाँ पर आएगा तो we will look forward to entering it between these levels, between 7,600 to 8,000 levels. This is about Tata Lxc, which is right now in a good upside momentum. Now, अगर कैसे what will happen if it does not start moving? If it does not start moving, then you will have like a Tata Consumer product where it starts consolidating for a very long time. So you'll have to wait for the all-time high to again enter or buy at these support levels, right? So this is what is about Tata Lxc. If it has to move all of a sudden, if it still wants to continue in its zone, this is where it will immediately starts moving out. On a daily time frame also, if you see, it had formed a proper triangle here and then it has given a breakout, it has gone up, it has come down to its trend line. Agar yahi trend line ke aaspaas, right, if it takes a support and starts moving up, we will look forward to entering it. If it crosses this level should act as an important level, but if it does not sustain this, then we will have to consider that it has broken the trend line or the moving averages. Then we will have to wait for some time till we get a good setup in this particular stock. Alright, this is about Tata Lxc. Is there anything else? No. There is somebody had put Tata Power as well. We'll see that. Tata Power currently, if you see in a weekly charts or anything, it is moving in what is called as a consolidation, right? Why consolidation? Look at this. This is a consolidation. यहाँ पर upside momentum, higher top, higher bottom, and then it has started forming what is called as a kind of a sideways momentum, right? So right now, if you see, it is forming a sideways momentum, right? So if it breaks above this level, 237 level, we might get to see 274. We will look forward to entering at this demand zone. If it does not sustain here, then we will wait for the prices might come to 144 levels also on a weekly basis, right? For a very long time. Now on a short time, if you see here, we will look at 24 hours, correct? It came towards this kind of a trend line break hua. It is trying to go up, so we will enter only above, right? We will enter only above this level of 245 levels, right? So we will enter about 245 levels, which happens to be here. This is for a midterm to short term, right? If it sustains above this, our first targets will be 264 and followed by later stage of 295, right? Now there is one more important thing that you need to consider. This is moving in what is called as a kind of a rising wedge, right? Which is not a good sign. If the price cannot sustain between 224 below this, then you will have to wait for some time to see how the prices reacts at 200 level, which happens to be again a support level, right? So this is something about Tata Power. Now next we'll talk about UPL. UPL, again I had spoken about UPL. All right, UPL on a daily time frame is forming what is called as a channel formation, right? All-time high, I mean the channel breakout will happen here at 803, currently at a support level of 200-day moving averages. If it does not sustain here, we will look forward to prices coming towards again this kind of a setup, which happens to be a channel, right? If it does not come here and then starts moving at very close to our current levels, then we will enter above 800 levels, which happens to be our breakout of this particular level of channel, right? This is about UPL. Now is there anything else on monthly basis? Yeah, monthly basis also, if you see, it is the same thing, right? It is form something like a flag which went up here, and then you have something like which is moving in a consolidating. So you will enter above this particular stock, or you will wait for the prices to come to this zone of 634, right? Anywhere in between, please do avoid it, because it will not give you any good returns. You always have to buy stocks when it breaks out or buy at a support level. If it is in between, it doesn't have any effect. Now we'll go to the last stock of the day, which happens to be Wipro. Wipro on a monthly basis, we had a consolidation for a very long time. It breakout हुआ एकदम से, जैसे breakout हुआ, it continuous momentum. Here we have a kind of a bearish engulfing and an inside candle breakdown. Again something happening similar, kind of a breakdown may happen because there is an inside candle again, right? As of now, it is not suggesting any buying momentum in particularly for Wipro, right? So we'll also look at weekly charts. One second. Weekly charts are suggest weekly charts. We don't look at moving averages. Currently at a good support level as of now on a weekly charts, but we want the price to break this particular for pattern that is being formed here, right? So if it crosses 450 levels, right? If it crosses 450 levels, we will look forward to adding it. Otherwise, if it is trading within this zone, right, we will not, because on a monthly basis, if you see, it is inside a candle, right, which is going to harm us if we take a trade right now. So we will enter only above 444 levels. Currently at 397 break karta hai, then we will have to see how much further it falls. We might get to see at 360 levels, right? This is about Wipro. I hope you have enjoyed this session. There was a lot of stocks, so I had to limit my thing. So sometime we will do 1 or 2 stocks only, where we do complete analysis, right from moving averages to different time frames and like that. But this was more of a overall picture of how you look at stocks. I hope you have liked and enjoyed us. Please like, share and comment, and it would mean a lot to me. Thank you so much. See you on the other side.